Welcome to part 5 of Let's Play the Seven Serpents by Steve Jackson. At the end of the last part, I was about to read paragraph 147. Here we go. You tie the boat up in a sheltered spot and wade through the Vishlami swamp. Test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 182. If you are unlucky, turn to 253. Okay, our luck is currently 11, so we need this dice roll to be 11 or lower. And it was good. Okay, so that means we were lucky, but we have to lose a luck point. And we're turning to 182. Here we are. Eventually, the water becomes shallow and you step out onto marshy ground. You find a spot where you may rest and eat provisions if you wish. If you wish to stop and eat, add 2 stamina points if you have not yet eaten today, or 1 point if you have. Okay, we are going to eat provisions, so that puts us down to 6 provisions and puts our stamina back up to maximum, which is 22. Okay, good. As you get ready to leave, you hear a crashing in the distance followed by cries. Something or a group of somethings is heading your way. Will you stay where you are but hide? Turn to 136. Run away in the opposite direction, turn to 270, or wait to see what happens, turn to 316. Okay, we are going to wait to see what happens and turn to 316. Which is just here. Yep, there we are. Okay. The noises get louder and louder until a group of 3 marsh goblins breaks through into your clearing. You stand and face each other. They are snub-nosed, ugly creatures with webbed fingers, and they are evidently most surprised to see you. Do you wish to draw your sword? Turn to 194. Talk to them? Turn to 208, or cast a spell. Gob, 459. Nif, 331. Pop, 484. Rap, 396. Nip, 347. Okay, we're going to choose Rap and turn to 396. Here we are. Deduct 1 stamina point. Do you have a green haired wig with you? If not, you cannot use this spell and must choose either to run away from the goblins, turn to 168, or to draw your weapon and fight, turn to 194. If you have a green haired wig, turn to 410. Okay, so let's deduct that stamina point. Do we have a green wig? Yep, there it is. Excellent, good. I didn't need the search function this time. Okay, so we have a green wig, so we can use that. And we're turning to 410. You place the wig on your head, cast your spell, and start to talk to the goblins. Their incomprehensible jabberings begin to sound more meaningful, and soon you are talking to them. You manage to establish that they are running from a great serpent. They believe it has godly powers, but you explain it is likely to be one of the Archmage's messengers. They had been trying to drive the creature from the area with the help of a sacred scroll given to them by the sorceress from the forest of the Snatter. But they could not read the scroll and couldn't decide what to do with it. You ask for a look at the scroll, and one of them pulls it out. The language on the scroll is strange, and the message is written in the form of a short magic spell or chant. You study the chant and can begin to make some sense of it. Look at the message illustrated. Look at the message illustrated. It may suggest to you a reference number. When you come across the Serpent of Time, you will most likely die unless you can pick up a clue in the form of this reference number from this chant. If you face the Serpent of Time, turn to this reference, no option will be given, and if you are correct, you will be able to defeat the creature. You thank the goblins for their information and promise to do what you can to destroy the serpent. Turn to 295. Okay, the clue here is that it's all about the Serpent of Time. Time is related to clocks. And on old-fashioned clocks, there are Roman numerals. So on this bit of paper are Roman numerals. So we have LIX, which is 59. The L means 50 and the IX means 9. So the paragraph number that we need is 59. So let's make a note of that. Okay, so when facing the Serpent of, Serpent of Time. Turn to paragraph 59. Okay, good. Yeah, and that's all that is really. Anyway, so 59, but for now we're turning to 295. You continue cautiously through the reeds and grasses until a loud rustling noise to your right makes you stop. The rustling turns into a loud hissing, and a large snake-like head rises into the air above the vegetation. It swivels to the left and right as if looking for something. But when its eyes fall on you, steam hisses from between its fangs and it flaps its wings. It rises into the air and circles over you, preparing to strike. What will you do? Draw your weapon, turn to 103, or cast a spell, turn to 53. Okay, we're going to cast a spell and turn to 53. Here we are. You prepare to cast your spell, keeping a careful eye on the serpent. It darts this way and that, faster and faster until it is moving at an incredible pace. Watching the serpent makes it difficult to concentrate on your spell, and eventually you give up. You decide instead to use your weapon, turn to 103, unless there is some alternative. Okay, first of all, this is the serpent, or rather this is a serpent, and it's probably the Serpent of Time. Hint, it is. So, and the paragraph ends in a 3, so we're going to subtract 14 from this, and turn to 39 first to get some information. Here we are. So, the Analander has the serpent ring, hisses the serpent as it hangs in the air. Then I must tell you this. The Archmage is not as he seems. He may be disguised in Mampang. But then you will never survive to reach the fortress. Return to 53. Okay, so we need to add a note that the Archmage may be disguised in Mampang. So the Archmage may be disguised in Mampang. There we go. Now we're turning back to 53. Okay, so we're going to use the chant because the hint is in the paragraph, unless there is some alternative. So we're going to use the chant and turn to 59. You read out the chant and the serpent slows down. A pained expression comes over its face and it flaps its wings slowly. Its movements become sluggish and it hangs unnaturally in the air, as if it should by all right fall to the ground. But still it hangs there, slowly floating downwards. When it is within reach, you are able to attack it with your weapon. Serpent of Time, skill 3, stamina 14. If you defeat the creature, turn to 4. Okay, so Serpent of Time, skill 3, stamina 14. Serpent of Time, that's 314, wasn't it? Okay, so I have a +3 attack strength bonus and his skill is 3. So really my skill for this is 13, more or less. Anyway, let's do this. Right, so 3 plus 10 is 13. I get 20, so 13 to 20. Puts it down to 12. Next, 3 plus 7 is 10. I get 20 again, so 10 to 20. Three plus 7 is 10. I get 21. So 10 to 21. Down to 8. 3 plus 9 is 12. I get 19. So 12 to 19 puts it down to 6. 3 plus 11 is 14. I get 19. So 14 to 19. 3 plus 9 is 12. I get 19 again. So 12 to 19. 3 plus 6 is 9. I get 21. So 9 to 21. Small chance that I read one of the dice rolls wrong. I might have added 3 to the serpents. My apologies if I did, but I'm a little confused. Sorry if I did. Can't remember if I did or not, but it doesn't matter because I would have won all the attack rounds anyway. So it makes no difference, because even if I added 3, that gives an advantage to the serpent, doesn't it? So if I still won, even with giving him an erroneous advantage, then it doesn't matter really, does it? But I can't remember if I did or not. Anyway, so that's the end of Mr. Serpent of Time. So let's turn to 4. So turn to 4. Yep, off we go. After a brief rest, you can continue your journey. You will have to leave the swampland soon, for you are now in the shadow of the Zanzunu peaks. Turn to 393. Here we are. Your long trek across the backlands is almost over. Having left the Vishlami swamps, you now stand at the Zanzunu foothills, from where you will climb through Zaman to the fortress of Mampang. But will your arrival be anticipated? How many of the 7 serpents have you either killed or left trapped, unable to warn the Archduke of your mission? No serpents, turn to 496. 1 serpent, turn to 386. 2 serpents, turn to 479. 3 serpents, turn to 444. 4 serpents, turn to 338. 5 serpents, turn to 342. 6 serpents, turn to 435. 7 serpents, turn to 357. Okay, we have killed or left trapped all 7 serpents. But first of all, let's make a note. I forgot to make a note that we've killed the Serpent of Time. So we've defeated the Serpent of Time. Okay, so how many have we defeated? Let's have a look. So we've defeated the Moon Serpent. We've defeated the Earth Serpent, that's 2. We've defeated the Fire Serpent, that's 3. We've defeated, or rather the Sun Serpent is trapped, so that's 4. We've defeated the Air Serpent, that's 5. We've defeated the Water Serpent, that's 6. And we've defeated the Serpent of Time, so that's all 7. So therefore, we, the question is, how many of the 7 serpents have you either killed or left trapped? We've killed or left trapped, well, we've killed 6, but left trapped 1, so that's 7 in total, so we're turning to 357. So let's turn to 357. You have defeated the 7 serpents. You are indeed a worthy champion of Analand. Your success now means that you may continue your journey to the fortress of Mampang unannounced. The Archmage will not have been warned of your arrival or your mission. In view of this, you may start your next adventure in the Crown of Kings at reference 237 instead of reference 1. You may also increase your skill to 2 points above its initial level. This now becomes your permanent initial skill score. Your stamina can be restored to its initial level. You may increase your initial luck score by 1 point and restore your luck to this new level. Okay, let's do all that. So our skill is now at 12, so I'll just put 12 initial, so that's good. Our luck has gone back up to maximum, so that's gone up to 12 because that's our initial, and our stamina is also back up to maximum, so that's that. And with that, oh yeah, we also need to make a note that we can start on paragraph 237. So in book 4, start on paragraph 237, and I'll put in parentheses for killing all 7 serpents in book 3. There we go. So that's that. So we start on paragraph 237 in book 4, The Crown of Kings. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm going to just put instead of 1. Instead of 1. There we go. Paragraph 1. I'm very fastidious. Anyway, oh yeah, we need to add 1 to our initial luck, don't we? So I forgot to do that. Oh yeah, so we can actually add 1 to it and then restore it to that level. So we add 1 to our, yeah, so our luck is now 13. Yeah, increase your initial luck score by 1 point and restore your luck to this level. So so it's now at 13, sorry. So that's 13 and that's now initial. So we've increased our initial luck by 1. And we've put our luck up to that point. So our luck is now 13, and that's the new initial luck. Okay, good. I better just put 13 because it is at 13, and I'll put my skill at 12 because it is at 12. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, that's that. Okay, now turn to 498. You are relieved once more to step onto firm ground. You stand and survey the way onwards. Ahead of you lies the last stage of your quest, the climb up the Zanzunus to the fortress of Mampang. You are now entering what must be Low Zaman. The going is uphill, but the dangers should be minimal, as the rocky crags of Zaman are inhabited only by birdmen. Soon the fortress should be coming into view. You continue onwards and upwards for several hours until the light begins to fade. As the sun sinks down the Zanzunu skyline, its dying rays light up a sight which you will remember for the rest of your days. The sunset shadows make your first sighting of the fortress a fearful one. Its tall spires and sharp angles give it a most intimidating look. One thing is certain. Entering the Mampang fortress will undoubtedly be the most perilous stage of your journey. There it is. Okay, brilliant. That's the end of the 7 Serpents. I hope you enjoyed this book. Next video we'll be doing The Crown of Kings, which is book 4. And we'll be starting that on paragraph 237. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you can join me for the next part. Goodbye.